StegosaurusWorld.com.
From Stegosaurus age, there was a club that controlled us in our souls. They keep us in line, tell us to do all the time, and they hold us by our balls. And over thousands of millennia passing, they put us through different events, yeah. Gave us cancer and 9/11 and the plague, and then fucked us in the ass. Now the whole wide world is run by homo frogs that are controlled by forces far beyond me. God is now part of the league under Muhammad Ali, and we're all toys, children of the mods, carefully chose to toy with nominally. Wanna know why it all be? Just follow the oil money. And it's run by a race of Jews, and the lizards control them too. And it's run by some black dude. I'm in love with your Gotti. I'm in charge of the club now too. And my dick is inside some dudes. I control all your thoughts and all your moves. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that you believe's probably not true. I'm in love with some gay black dude. First step of the joining the New World Order as you find out your first day. Commit a blood sacrifice and perform 2 acts of which the nature of which is gay. Then you go up in the tower where the man in high castle bends you over for him to rape, yeah. Come to think of it, actually I blew 20 guys and my membership card is late. Now I'm thinking like, do you know who I call up for information on Illuminati? Someone there could explain me how world domination plans tie into boys. Cock stuck up my butt, now I'm on bed rest, hurts my butt when I pee. Now I'm all out of money, gave all of it to the Chinese. The world is run by an Asian dude who transforms to a gay Tom Cruise, and that's controlled by the same black dude. I'm in love with your Gotti, and these guys that are in my room who represent New World Order too, and they say that when they're inside of my poop chute, I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that I believe is coming now true. I'm in love with the shape of dudes. The forces of Hades pulls us, controlled by an ancient culture. Killed all of the Hades and the Jews of the Mercedes troll off. Was told I could pay to join up. All they did was rape my cornhole. I called to complain, was told that all sales are final, don't call back. And it's run by a pack of coons, and they pull us with magnets too. The cabal where our ass is looped. I'm in love with your Gotti. Black guys always send my nudes, and now my butthole smells like dudes. And your Gotti says soon as he jizzes, I'm in the Illuminati. Come on Gotti baby, come on. Come on, I'm in the Illuminati. Come on Gotti, rape me, come on. Come on Gotti baby, come on Gotti baby, come on. Come on Bobby, I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that I believe I was told by black dudes, and that are up in my anus too.
Ali.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the YouTube Saints. We are the one channel on YouTube that has the very firm opinion politically of we're down with bad things.
Down with all the bad things.
Boo,
up
bad
with the
things.
Good things.
Up, good things up.
Things.
Bad things down. Boo.
Speaking of bad, we're speaking of bad things. Poisoning the well's already here. So hey guys, how you doing?
Somebody was asking like, what did you guys do to Jeff? I think you got it backwards. What did I do to them?
Yeah, I watched the stream and it was Jeff's idea to start playing with a fucking taser. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like Raiden. You know, it's just a thing. I like to like shoot electricity.
Yeah, when the West Coast invades Georgia and bad things happen, you can't blame Georgia.
Right.
So welcome everybody. As usual, I'm Wizard of Cause. Here with me tonight is 50% of Jeff Holiday. You know, and we're gonna jump right into this, you beautiful bastards. Oh shit, there goes a copyright strike. We're gonna Now we're gonna get to the news tonight. Most of you probably know already what it's about, what it's going to be, and we pretty much went with the 3 Bs tonight. We got Bannon, we got Barcelona, and we got Boston. So we're gonna start with Steve Bannon. Bannon is out. He is out. The puffy ball of well, I mean, and this coming from me, Steve, I'm looking out for you. The alcohol-soaked rag, which has been serving as senior advisor to Donald Trump throughout all of his sterling tenure thus far, is now out. He's out on his ass. Now, before we watch this clip from Time, I want you all to just be aware, and Steve, if you're watching, I know you're considering going to Breitbart, but I think you could have a really bright future as an intern here at the YouTube Saints. I want you to consider that as you go forward. We are hiring. We have no money. Duties are plentiful. Pay is none. And your mom will be ashamed of you. So, keep it in mind.
The groupies are good, though.
Oh, yeah, the groupies are fantastic. You can't get enough of them.
All right, let's roll this fucker. That's so weird. Like, they both agreed that Friday would be Bannon's final day. Final day. Like, that sounds like somebody who's getting fired from, like, an office job, like a cubicle, or maybe, like, unsolicited telephone surveys,
Yeah. Steve will no longer be calling you to let you know that your car insurance warranty is almost up, but there is a miracle chance you could extend it by up to 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. With the sheer amount of turmoil that's come about around Bannon, throughout the Trump White House itself, I mean, it has turned into a game of Apprentice, basically. I'm pretty sure Dennis Rodman will be invited in as Secretary of Agriculture very soon for a period of 2 weeks. Yeah, before his food truck fails, and he therefore proves to the Donald that he's not qualified to run the Department of Agriculture.
He's bringing back all those trade secrets on how to keep a country fed by his time in North Korea.
Exactly, yeah. But now this part of this does come, and like we're not going to tread too much on Time's dick here because fuck knows they've got a lot of lawyers. But a big central part to this came about, and there have been some videos out there whose creators I can't remember off the top of my head, who actually did report on the fact. Might have been David Pakman. Ugh.
Might have been. Pakman.
Yeah, might have been Pakman. But it's just gonna bother me until I remember it. But there was an incident in which Bannon here gave sort of an interview or had a discussion with some very lefty resistance liberal journalist in which he flat out said there is no military solution in North Korea. Which is funny because as much as he's been demonized in the press and by the public and the resistance out there, it is kind of funny to hear a bloodthirsty anti-Semite like him, supposedly, outright say there is no solution militarily unless you can give me one that doesn't result in Seoul being flattened by conventional weapons before nukes are even deployed. Right. That doesn't sound like those don't sound like the words of a bloodthirsty racist tyrant, does it?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, life is pretty confusing right now.
It's a funny little life of ours, isn't it? But yeah, so the White House edition of Apprentice rolls on into its next half season. They've adopted the BBC format of splitting it up throughout the year. So I'm really excited personally to see Chris Pine and James Woods vie for the role of Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I think they should solve it through a competitive exotic food eating challenge. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God, or even better yet, just like, can you stomach the world's hottest pepper?
This is the Carolina Reaper. Whoever can eat 3 of these in a row will be Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah, you got James Woods sitting there. It's low energy.
All right.
Speaking of low energy, Jeff, how about you read some super chats?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'll spice it up too. I'll get all spicy on this shit. Where's my fucking shit? There we go. The format. If the format has me a little confused tonight, guys. Okay. Alright. So, first and foremost, we have from Prince of Dew, our Argentinian girlfriend. Stream blessing. Y'all want a single? Say format. Format. Finally got a new job, and I'm starting in 2 weeks. Can I get a toast to leaving behind abusive, shitty employers? I love you, Uncles Jeffy and Nikki. Congratulations. I need to go get my vodka, but yeah. Cheers to you.
Hey.
Caleb Bohr, I'm usually asleep for the show, so I want to send some love. By the way, Jeff, I hope you get some Styrofoam Steel Panther cummies soon. God fucking damn it. Dead Bear, shekels for that fucking intro. We love Rucka. Rucka is the shit. Go subscribe to fucking Rucka Ali. He's incredible. Yep. Weeb says, Shadowlay to you, Weeb. Burnout Cold, Steel. Steel Panthers, ho. Oh.
And there's a soundbite for the night.
Oh God, I'm so excited when I'm saying it too. Ho 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 ho.
Steel. You're like Stephen Wright. You're like Steel Panther.
Wild Warlock. Sorry for the shit jokes last time when Billy the Fridge is on. The jokes were so shit. Steve Shives unblocked me and liked what I said. Ooh.
Listen, listen, you shouldn't talk about Billy's jokes that way. Wait. I was only paying attention to half of the comment.
All right. Back to the news.
All right, so part 2 for the news tonight, on tonight's weekly roundup. God, if I call it that again, I'm firing myself. Yeah, we do unfortunately have, again, unsurprisingly, terrorism news. So this another van of peace this time decided to mow down a bunch of innocent people in Spain. Now, I will say that I have seen some pretty fucking hot takes on Twitter, such as "This is revenge for Spanish imperialism." But what I thought, yeah, that's why I've been moving away from Twitter a little bit, only shit posting here and there, because the hot takes. Well, much like the politics out in the street these days, the hot takes you find on social media are getting hotter and hotter to the point where eventually we're going to discover nuclear fission simply through the words of dumb fucks who think that people were, think that people need to hear their takes on shit. But this all being the case, yet another attack in Europe. Now, I am a little sketchy on the details, I'll be honest. However, there is some immediate video that we've stolen here from
CNN.
CNN, yep. And if so we got some fake news for you. Some fake news. It's unfortunately real news. Now, before we get this tape rolling, though, and I want you guys to let me know in the chat if you felt a similar thing. Sadly, one of the more disturbing parts of this particular story was the fact that when it came out, in spite of all the other news and shit that was going on, to me, it sounded like it could have been a mention of the weather these days. It's no longer shocking. It is no longer shocking.
I noticed that too. I mean, I think it was trending on Reddit for maybe like 5 minutes. Yeah, and everybody's just like, yeah.
It is just it's a straight up ordinary daily occurrence these days, and yeah, that's a little pesky, I'd say, a little disconcerting, if you would. If I didn't believe in the actual the value of Western civilization, I would say that would be a marked sign of defeat when you no longer are outraged about outright assaults on it. But I do still believe that, I don't know. It's very frustrating to me. It's extremely frustrating. And yeah, and actually, I'll save this last comment for the next story. So go ahead and roll that stolen tape that we got, courtesy of CNN. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you for answering my calls.
Oh wow. I hadn't actually seen any of this footage at all. This is
it's pretty bothersome.
Whew.
Oh, just another day though.
And you know what occurs to me? So I remember a little bit about this story as it was developing. The guy managed to plow through, I think it was like 500 meters of crowd.
Yeah.
Like he just
he was going at speed.
Yeah, and he just plowed through all these people. if there hadn't been a car hidden in the crowd at Charlottesville, it probably would have ended up quite a bit like this.
Yeah. Well, this is, I mean, this is exactly, I mean, well, I mean, I think the commentary about this, and we've seen enough of this video. Everybody, you guys all know what happened. And, yeah, I mean, rewatching this time and time again, it's basically becomes gore porn, which sadly is another desensitizing thing, because I'll say that, when it happened in Nice, everyone was stunned and shocked. And I mean, one of the most recently announced victims was, what, a 7-year-old boy?
Mm-hmm.
7 or 8-year-old boy.
Something like that.
Now, with that, when it happened in Nice, because this sort of thing still felt a little new, we got to a point where it was, you know, everyone was astonished and aghast. But we're not going to see any Spanish flags filters for Facebook, at least not popularly. And it's
Probably
not because people don't. It's not because Spain's any less important, but it's because this is just another thing now.
Yeah.
So, on that depressing note, we're going to roll in now to our third story here. This is the third B. Now, this is something I was down in personally, so I'm going to have some fun shit to share with all y'all. And, yeah. Now, one thing I'll say before we really get into this Boston issue is that it is kind of funny when you think of the fact that, you know, a few hundred backwater fuckwits carrying Nazi flags and shit can cause a turnout of upwards of tens of thousands to descend on a single park, just to make a point. Yet terrorist activity in Europe can be a daily occurrence. And I'm still waiting to see the rallies on that one, because it's like the meme you saw. A few dozen Nazis in one spot, and then a psycho hits somebody with a car. You know, it's we must take action.
Right.
A bunch of crazy Islamists continually and routinely mow people down with anything from AKs to work vans, and carry on as normal. Don't let it affect you. People gonna need to make up their fucking mind about how you deal with tragedy.
Selective outrage. It's always been about selective outrage and how things get popularized in how the media we're supposed to trust. It's horrifying. Horrifying.
Now, the clip we're going to watch here is, it's actually footage of the rally which happened in Boston. I was down there, actually, with our buddy Vernaculus, as well as my friend News Attire Laurel. And I'll say this much. What I saw is much what everybody else saw, an irrelevantly small gathering on a bandstand gazebo, surrounded by an army of people. And it was kind of like PCU with the cause du jour. You saw everything from, like, you know, support the Socialist Workers' Party to be a queer panda, all the way up. My favorite was it either had to be the witches, a series of black-clad, it's like 6 women clad in black gowns head to toe with pointy witch hats. And they said hex on the White House, and they just stood silently and trying to be creepy like that chick from The Ring. It was, it was a bit of a circus.
Whew, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rena Nine, and we began with protests and counter-protests today in the streets of Boston. You can see crowds starting to gather around the Boston Commons right there. The demonstration was being billed as a peaceful rally for free speech. But after violence erupted 1 week ago in Charlottesville, the city is now on high alert. Local authorities are concerned that extremists like neo-Nazis and the KKK may try to attend. In response, as many as 30,000 counter-protests are expected to show up. Those protesters are also in that area. You can see that wide area stretching all the way down for blocks. DeMarco Moore.
30,000. Was there any neo-Nazis that showed up at all?
I did personally observe 2 actual outright racist fuckwits. I really did.
Okay.
There was one fella, and actually we have a. Did I give you that secondary clip? No.
I don't think so.
Oh no, actually no. We're actually gonna look at this later. We're gonna look at this a little bit later, and there is a clip of there was a fellow who decided to show up in a white genocide 13 words or 14 words shirt.
Okay.
Old fucker. Yeah, old fucker. And yeah, I'm hearing in the chat we need to turn the sound up on that. Now, for what it's worth, you didn't miss any reporting there. Now, it was said that upwards of 30,000 people descended on this event on Boston Common because a free speech rally was said to be populated with KKK and neo-Nazis. And the interesting thing about it, too, however, I had a stream about this before the event last week with a state rep friend of mine who'd gotten word that neo-Nazis and the KKK would be showing up and that alt-right people were organizing this whole thing. And, well, didn't really see much of anyone at all there. It's almost like it was just a meme, bro. But all the same, did actually get to meet up with Vermin Supreme there. You'll see him in the video coming up soon. Vernaculus was lucky enough to get to meet the bootstrapped pinnacle of friendly fascism himself. And it was a circus, though. 30,000 people, and that sounds fair. If you've ever been to Boston Common, I dare say that like upwards of 2/3 of the entire place were perhaps filled with people. So, yeah, all that being the case, this was it really wasn't even a free speech demo and counter protest. For all those calling it a counter protest, I would dare say that it was just a protest. It was a massive protest. Now, the other racist I did see on site was one guy who walked by a truck of, I wouldn't even want to call them Antifa. They looked more like just gutter punks that were sitting on a tractor in the middle of a field by a fence. And
that's probably what I would have been doing.
yeah, and as they walked by, as he walked by, the guy, I don't know if he was responding to something or what, but he turned around and shouted, "White power!"
Oh.
That's... yeah, I mean, like, I when I heard that, my head snapped, and I was like, "Wow, really? That's a very, very bold statement to make in front of all of these people who are here specifically because they hate that." But other than that, though, no. I barely could even see the people in the rally. From what I could gather, by the time I showed up at least, and this is around noon, when it was supposedly scheduled to take place. So there were two cordons, and you can see this from the aerial shots if we could find or take a look at those aerial shots of the thing itself. What we see is there's a center gazebo with, it was almost like Attack on Titan. There was the gazebo, and then there was a big ring around that. And then outside of that, there was another ring, both of these sort of barriers, and police were lining up along every side the protesters were faced on. And there was
I found it. Oh, I found it.
Let's take a look at this if we can.
Yeah. Yeah, let me...
yeah, this is what it looked like when I showed up, once Jeff gets this pulled up.
Yeah,
and
it's up.
It's an ocean, a fucking ocean of people. Who just... yeah, there was really insane. Yeah, it wasn't even a counter protest. It was just a massive rally to face off against 40 dudes, maybe at most.
I mean, you know, and that's the thing that's so obnoxious about this issue too, is that should kind of settle the issue. It should settle the issue. It should be done. When you have your rally and you have a very specific
no one shows up.
Ethno-state message, nobody shows up except for a small, tiny contingent, and 30,000 people surround you and say, "Bad idea, we don't like that." No, it's kind of important to get the fucking hint. Yeah. Like, the revolution is not fucking happening, guys. I'm sorry.
It's not gonna happen for you. Now, there was something, and one thing I will say, though, is that something I was equally surprised by was that the majority of the protest were legitimately just protesting. They were there with often funny signs. Vernaculus caught one sign that said "Krusty Krab unfair." Now, now there were a number of incidents of violence. I didn't actually end up seeing any of them. I was in a group of 4, so we kept having to find each other as we got lost in crowds. Yeah. But there was some sporadic violence, but there was no serious lines charging at each other. There was none of the shit, actually, that I had been told could have happened that I, let's be honest, went down to go and see. Most of the protesters there were, if not friendly, just happy to be there. And you could tell it had a sort of almost festival vibe with a tint of angst, of political angst.
That's like every March Against Monsanto you know, march that I've ever seen. It's basically a big fucking carnival. A lot of people yelling and proselytizing about something that ultimately nobody who's there is there to get their mind changed. They're all there to we are shouting things together, wow, words. Yeah, just
now, yeah. For the people watching now, I do actually have saved up for you some of the more remarkable shit that I saw there. The tape later is not mine, but I actually rolled up on this while it was happening, and yeah, you'll get a taste of how stupid things got a little later on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think are we done with the news? Did we report it well?
I think we did. I mean, is there much more to the story from CBSN? I don't think so. There was a rally.
There was a rally. It was the big rally, and it was like, honestly, I didn't see quite as much Antifa as I'd imagined. I kind of expected to see more Antifa. There were plenty there, but one thing I can say, having now observed Antifa, at least in Boston, in person, is that if they are not rotund, they are twinks.
Well, I do have to say that if you're going by the Boston Antifa YouTube channel, they got some pretty hot girls.
They got some pretty good titties. Listen, the titties, the titties of the revolution. I have nothing bad to say about. That's
much better PR than bash the fash. Like, come be Antifa. We have all the best tits. They're rocking.
I'll say this much too. As soon as now, for anybody who doesn't know at this point, Boston Antifa is a Poe. It's a satire.
No, they're the legitimate.
Oh well, yeah, no, okay, yeah. They're I'll put it this way: they are as legitimate. They are as much legitimate Antifa as, God rest his soul, all of the gods. Don't want to leave any out. Godfrey Elfwick was a true champion. So yeah, that's true. But I will say that upon mentioning to Antifa Quinn there that she is the titties with Tiddies, the titties of the revolution, that apparently earned me an immediate follow back. So solidarity,
excellent.
Sister.
To the titties. All right, let's do some super chats, and then we'll get to talking to Matt. So let's see, where are we at? Bam, bam, bam. Let me get this list up. We've got Glenn Smart. Love the show, but when is YouTube Taints stream? That's for when we are just completely out of control. Then it just becomes nothing but a taint show.
Big old paywall.
Big paywall. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because you can see them, but you gotta pay. Paige
Honestly,
says,
yeah, you'd have to be as big as Ezra Levant to afford that.
Oh, true. True. That's true. That's topical too.
And you'd have to be as wealthy as Ezra to get people like me to keep my mouth shut. Ezra, my PayPal is open.
And we're cheap too. We're real cheap. Paige says, I'm starting another semester in college tomorrow. Probably gonna miss next week's episode. No, pour one out for me, please, and pay your respects now. Hey, to you, Paige.
I'll pour one out into my belly.
Get your learn on. Sweeper Steven, Shadowlay guys, and on behalf of the Lords of the Night, aka Ranting Monkey, Scribelight, and Some Dumb American, do you guys like fidget spinners in the Turtle Cave? I'm pretty clear on my position of Turtle Cave shenanigans. I'm for it. I'm pro Turtle Cave.
I'm down. I'm anti Turtle Cave. So I guess this will be the last episode of YouTube Saints, everybody. Because if you're sympathetic to the Turtle Cave, then you are a Turtle Caver.
I'm down with that. That should. Oh, dude, that should be a T-shirt. That should be a hashtag. Hashtag Turtle Caver. Yeah, and then make T-shirts. Yeah. Turtle Caver. Yeah.
Just give away our. Go ahead and give away our first viable Teespring campaign to the
I'm already on Teespring right now. You guys can't beat me to this one. I'm doing it right now. Burnout Cold. What do you guys think about Alex Jones having coffee thrown on him? I'm honestly ashamed to call the guy who did it a friend. He got coffee thrown on him?
What kind of coffee?
You know, was it expensive coffee, or was it like...
Was it like hazelnut garbage, or was it like real coffee?
Right. I mean, that might change how I feel about... No, I don't know. I had not heard that Alex Jones got coffee thrown on him.
Did he turn, like, did his skin burn and turn all orange?
That would be shitty.
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
No, I mean, honestly, like, no, I mean, if dude got, nobody deserves hot coffee thrown on him.
Nah.
I think Alex Jones and infomercial wars there themselves are, they're a joke. But don't throw coffee on him. If anything, like, give him a coffee and spike it with LSD and then watch him come back around and be like, I tasted the LSD in there. You don't know how my breakfast is like. You don't pour my cereal.
Alex P. When will people learn that prohibition never work? 20s, war on drugs, PETA fags, or their veganism, 0% gain, 100% crime and sorrow. Yeah, prohibition really doesn't work. You have to convince people, not ban shit.
I still remember my time in Vietnam. That shit sucked. So.
Caleb Bourne, this is my favorite city in the world. Los Ramblas is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Fuck these guys for their destruction. Human life is precious. They threw that value away. Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah. Well, one thing to keep in mind, though, in respect to that, is that of all of the EU countries who cuck to terrorism, I guess to borrow a term I hate.
Yep.
Spain has not been fucking. Spain doesn't fuck around with terrorism compared to, say, Sweden.
They really don't.
Because they've dealt with it before. They've dealt with political terrorism. They're like, hey, well, didn't we have a civil war where shit like this happened? That was bad.
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing.
Me no gusta.
Liberty Prime, death to all communists. P.S. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sergeant Buck, new show due. My Little Protester, fistfights are magic. Ooh. Man, you should pitch that to Byro. Byro would probably
I was just thinking that. I'm like, that's right up Byro's alley.
Yeah.
Although, keep in mind, Byro does have, he has an issue with following through on things, like inviting me to stream. Byro, I know you're in the chat. I know you're there.
Well, I have a problem because I was supposed to be on a stream with him last week, and I totally crapped out on him on accident. So I'm sorry. Everybody should go check out Galactic Bubble Productions. He's done a lot of shit for the show. He's awesome.
Oh, he's great. And honestly, too, when Jeff fails to show up for the show, Jeff is actually still there by virtue of his animated avatar, and Byro doing Jeff's voice for him.
Did he do that?
Oh, dude, no, more than that. Like, he did that, but like the stream before then, I just like when I'm uploading or waiting for things to process, and if there's nothing fun to watch, like in my subscription feed, but there's live streams going on, I'll pop in and watch them for a while, and sometimes I'll just pop in and comment and then leave and go back to doing what I was doing.
Right.
I like to do that. I like to do that with Byro and Worski, and I did that with him. He ended up cutting the clip because I didn't catch it, and he's like, "Oh shit! Oh, Wizard of Cos is in the chat. Hey, Wizard, what are you doing? What are you doing on Saturday?" Wait, what? Wait a second. Did that dick just come in, comment, and leave? Holy fuck! I can't believe it. Well, last time when he was doing your voice, I was commenting, and he's like, "I want to ask him a question, but I know he's just gonna leave. He's not sticking around. No one ever stays." Yeah.
Aww.
So I did. I did what Tariq's dad never could, and I stuck around for a little bit.
Oh, Jesus, shit, that's spicy. All right, Carl Sodan.
I hope we don't lose monetization on this stream.
Monetization is gone anyway. Oh my God, you guys should see. You should see.
Hashtag monetization party is over.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, you should see our video manager, like yellow, all yellow.
We got more. Listen, we got more gold coins than Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, it's fucking great. It's so funny. Carl Sodan, damn, late getting in. I have notifications on, but did not receive the message that the show had started. Thanks, YouTube. But we're still here, and there's plenty more format to be enjoyed.
500 of you are watching right now. All 500 of you ought to share this on Twitter.
Yeah. Geolosophizer. When Noam Chomsky admits that Antifa can't beat the alt-right in the violent arena, that should be a red flag. They need to back down plus regroup. That's true. Dude knows what he's talking about. Frankly, my dear, tip my hat to you, good sir. Based on all the fighting in the videos I saw, you didn't give out enough Pepsi, Nick. Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, all that shit, listen, that was a fucking Minecraft stream. Nothing but big blocky pixels. It was a Minecraft. I could have been handing out a Pepsi, or I could have been doing something else with a blue can. I don't know. I mean, how do you know I didn't hand out any Pepsi? All because I'm broke, I don't like Pepsi, and I don't give things to people. That's no reason to make assumptions.
MC Lucas says, "Oh, jeez, Rick, I heard 1/3 of Americans are Nazis." Dragon in the West. Chatelet, listening to you guys while I'm working. Thanks to the many keks. When is Ben from DP, a.k.a. Ben Pie, going to be on? Hashtag Jeff Holiday is 5th peasant. I've been wanting to get Ben on. I really have. It's just been a fucking crazy few weeks. We'll,
You guys know he's an over-the-road trucker when he's not doing peasants, right? That guy's driving square hogs from Seattle to Miami daily.
Daily.
He's got a fast truck. So
The straw man tried to pimp you guys out to Tim Pool and Philly D. No clear response, but I tried. We know Tim.
you know Tim.
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of know Tim. I talked to him. He's a really intense person. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll try and get him on.
Yeah, we'll get him on, and I'll steal some of that secret how to make Wi-Fi work in public juju.
Oh, dude, I don't know how the fuck he does that. It's
I
so
don't know
crazy.
either. He's like he's probably got like a satellite dish on his back, and he's like hijacking what remains a dish network just to get it out onto the network.
Kelthurin, shekels for the shekel throne. It makes perfect sense that you'd be a heretic Slaneshi, Jonathan. 40k RPG stream when? I don't know, we're thinking about something like that. A very dead horse, Chatelet. Here's a bit of chat money. Thanks for coming on my stream Monday, Jeff. Wiz, can you shoot me a DM on Twitter? Very dead horse.
Sure.
Yep. And then last but not least, Rhino says he tipped $10 and he says, "Here's $7 for you. Fuck Google." It's too good. All right, let's get Matt on.
Yep. Here we go. Everybody turn off that pesky ad block. Huh?
Yeah. Not that it would matter anyway. Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Just you know what you do? You super chat the shit out of this, and then you tell Matt some of it's for him, but then we'll clear that up later.
Everybody, welcome to the show. Mundane Matt. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are
Hey,
you?
buddy. Yeah, it's nice. So, like, we're what? Maybe like 4 weeks in? No, 4 weeks in from the first time I asked you to be on the show.
Yeah. I felt really bad last time. My girlfriend's mom was in town, and then my dad's like, "Let's all go out to dinner." I'm like, "Fuck."
It's convenient. That's convenient.
I
Yeah,
can't.
my dad doesn't get off.
Wait, you
till
think
like
it all because you knock a woman up? You think you owe her something?
Sorry, future.
Her mom did buy a crib, and her mom bought like a bassinet. You know,
Right.
so it's kind of like, you know, I'm poor from YouTube right now, so
Yep.
I need the help from the in-laws.
Sorry,
Yeah.
future father-in-law. I got to skip on dinner so I can go hang out with these two drunk assholes online in front of a bunch of people making asses out of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
All
go
things
down.
considered, I could have thought of worse excuses.
That's
So-
true.
And
And
half
better
of them half of them would have been true too. It's like, sorry, I gotta clean my cat box. It takes like 2 minutes. I'm very thorough.
I have 5 cats. It's a very dirty cat box.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, so like, listen, I never intended on having kids or a wife, so I started investing in cats in my 20s. It's gonna take a while. I'm basically the male equivalent of a cat lady, also known as a YouTuber.
Christ.
I never leave my apartment. Wait, sorry, that was a different gag.
That's different. That was different.
So Matt, I mean, if I'm putting you on the spot here, and it's not public knowledge, how long until your puppy comes out?
Last we heard is like mid-December.
Nice. Badass.
So
Oh my
Few
God,
months.
you get to raise a child full of resentment over the fact that like you had them in the same month as Christmas, and they have to
Yeah.
share that month with Christmas. Yeah, no, I know this. No, my brother's the same way. My birthday was in the summer when I was growing up. It's like, we're going to a fucking water park. Yeah. It's like mid-December, my brother's birthday. It's like, what are we doing? Well, you want to go snow tubing?
Pizza parlor.
Yeah, pizza parlor. We're gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese now. Just please remember in your 20s that we actually loved you. It wasn't our fault. So.
Jesus.
no, if I get that from my kid, I'll just be like, "Look, I'm sorry, my pull-out game is weak." So there we go. Like,
Jesus.
you know, you just had to stick around 3
Listen,
extra days. You just
Listen, your mom could have been Lena Dunham, right? Your mom could have been Lena Dunham, and she'd have aborted you for funsies. Yeah. Instead, instead.
No, to be fair to Lena, she never actually had an abortion. She just wishes she had an abortion.
Oh my
That's
god,
not
that was
fair
a thing,
to Lena.
wasn't
That's
that?
not fair to anyone.
No, I'm just saying that's
fair.
like, I know it's not any better. It's not
Well, I
any
mean,
better.
no, I mean, it's like, you know, all right, I wish I could have killed a baby. And on the same side, it's like, all right, well, as wretched as she is, that's another person in the world who's only going to get worse in the world because no one's fucking him.
I totally forgot about that. I forgot all about that. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh
Which
my
case,
god.
I think my response to that was like, well, what's stopping you now? I mean, if not that I'm condoning it, I'm just saying it's like, if you really are hell bent on pulling a Lindsay Ellis, then just go and get pregnant just to get an abortion.
That's so
like-
fucking crazy. Oh my!
It's performance art, guys.
She said something basically like, "I wish I had had an abortion so I could like relate to women who have," or something.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Oh my god!
She was sitting in like a Planned Parenthood or something, and it was this whole thing about like, I wish I had an abortion so then I could feel what these women are feeling.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That is a little more veiled and maybe politically savvy than saying, you know, than disguising the phrase "Why won't anybody fuck me?" by hiding it behind your gender preferences might be discriminatory.
I think my soul is trying to abort itself. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
if you're trying to continue the ritual, then just finish watching all 6 seasons of HBO's Girls.
No,
No, I'm just wondering, Jeff. Like, you know, how is it you're a more successful YouTuber than I am, and you still have a soul?
I keep having.
I'm
to
gonna
buy...
leave this up to Matt. He's above 100K. He can tell you all about market value of human souls.
That's true.
Yes, they go for pretty cheap if you know what you're looking for.
I keep getting some more soul from the corner. It's this very strange Guatemalan kid with very dark eyes. He just hands me bags, and I don't know, it's strange.
Jeff, I think you're a mule.
Oh.
I might be wrong, but I think you might be a drug mule. That's not soul, that's heroin.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, every day you're learning, and then
life is a
Well,
journey.
he does live next to a big university, so I could see that.
It's true.
Get
well,
those kids through test
listen,
time.
I'm not going to give too much away from the whole pre-chat thing that the three of us had, but I will say that since Jeff was bitching up a storm about all the gold coins on his channel and the fact that he can't live stream, I'm not going to say he's been looking at the opportunities of, you know, college students and the opioid crisis. But
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that, Senator.
Have you or have you not ever gotten high with a college student? See, that's where we start.
Oof. Jesus fucking Christ. Ridiculous.
It's
Anyway.
McCarthyism all over again, guys.
So,
yeah, see, this is what happens. This is what happens when the YouTube saints are dying inside. Yet we insist upon ourselves to bring a show. We're like, we got to do a show. I mean, what was up with you? I haven't recovered the ego that I let go during my deep and existential experience last night. How about you, Jeff? Oh, well, my brain and one of my testicles is still in a different time zone, and they lost my luggage, and I'm pretty sure I woke up in the garage, but I don't know how many days it's been. So what do we got to do?
I left my dignity and my phone charger in Atlanta, so,
yeah.
You know.
He got that shit tased out of him.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a fun thing, Matt. Actually, you know what? Would you take a taser on a live stream?
No.
Why not? It's great.
Because I've been hit with 2 stun guns before at the same time, and never the fuck again.
Oh, it's great. It's amazing.
I literally had one on each ass cheek. These 2 guys I knew got them, and they were fucking around with them. They ran up behind me, and they got one on each ass cheek at the same time. That will just cripple your legs in a heartbeat.
What kind of people are you hanging out with?
This was a long time ago, and
Sounds
these
like my
guys were
crowd.
douchebags.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering, like, were you running with Jeff's crew back in the day? It's like
This was San Diego in the early 2000s. Literally, anything went back then.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I love this. I know you're gonna get to him, but $5 from Gonzo Duke. When is the Chelsea Van Valkenburg Matt Jarbo sex tape being released?
Ooh.
Matt.
Well, Penny Arcade Expo is coming up in about a week and a half, and I did see her there last year. So hopefully, round 2.
Yeah. There
I
you
just
go.
wanted to walk up to her and just say thank you very much for giving me a career. And I almost did. I literally walked right past her last year, and I saw that it was her, and I was with my girlfriend, and I tried to keep her out of everything. So I didn't see anything, and it was actually probably my biggest regret. I should have just fucking done it.
Isn't it so strange that fucking Gamergate is now becoming part of the public discourse again? Like they're just dragging it out of the fucking grave. It's so weird.
It's like it's fucking horseshit, man. You know, people keep going like, "Oh, it's what ethics against journalism," like as if it was anything but that. You know, and they keep trying to bring it back as this like alt-right neo-Nazi like supremacist movement, and it's like, have you looked to see who's there?
Oh yeah, God. And so we find out today that Joss Whedon is apparently a sleazy feminist hero. Joss Whedon is apparently a unfaithful, adulterous bastard who was fucking tons of people behind his wife's back. And so the last thing I saw on Twitter before we started the show, MomBot put out the spiciness that MomBot always does, and all it said was, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" And it's a picture of Joss Whedon and Anita Sarkeesian like posing in front of the camera. Like,
see, I did my video about that already because I'm clearly one of those whores that always works on this fucking platform, and I brought up the Anita thing, and I'm all like, I'm not going to make any suggestions about what might have gone down, but given the context of this article, I want the audience to think about it for a second. But I will say this. A few years ago, I was given privileged information. I won't say from who, but I was given privileged information from somebody with direct access to Joss Whedon, who was very verifiable. And I'd already known about the infidelities. I've known about the infidelities for 3 years now.
wow.
So and it's like, so when this came out today, my first thought was, ha ha.
Secrets don't stay secrets for long, man. I mean, but you know, he's a Hollywood type dude, and he's a feminist, so of course he was gonna be this adulterous douchebag. Like, what the fuck? Of course it was.
What if, and only I think about this because he was recently featured as the oversub, Jonathan McIntosh. What if McIntosh was let go from feminist frequency because he found out about Joss Whedon, and he realized that the fourth Avengers film is based on the epic struggle of actually finding Anita Sarkeesian's vagina.
No, people can find the vagina. It's unsewing it that's a problem.
Here I was thinking, it's like, you need that 50-gallon drum of KY Jeff found on Amazon in order to make shit work for 15 minutes.
I gotta cool down with some Roundup.
It ain't just dry, it's absorbent. How's that work, huh?
Jesus.
It's some odd chemistry, man. It's odd chemistry. No, but I think you have a point though about the McIntosh thing, because we still have no idea what the fallout there was.
Yeah, we have no idea why they fell out. I mean,
listen, if you haven't checked this channel out, clearly Jonathan just wanted to go off and make his own content, which is to say that while he was with Feminist Frequency, he desperately wanted to make content, and after they raised all that money, it became utterly impossible, apparently. So he decided, well, somebody said they'd make videos. I'm gonna go do that in her name.
Oh my god. Too fucking
Here's a fun thing. If anybody wants, if any of you guys are interested, while you have this stream open an incognito tab real quick. Go over to his channel, Pop Culture Detective, and tell me if you see any ads. I'd love to know that. I really would, because if that's the future of YouTube.
I know.
Well,
I remember he was crowdsourcing everything.
All hail the VidMe saints. You know,
VidMe, maybe VidMe, maybe Twitch. I mean, we're gonna ride this out for a little bit longer before we decide what kind of switch we're gonna make.
Oh yeah, and honestly, you guys will always, until they kick us off, you will see us here.
Yeah.
Now, you'll always see us here when. Yeah.
And then I would say Twitch is probably your best bet. VidMe, I don't see it lasting another year. People are already starting to turn on it pretty hardcore.
Why? That's too bad.
There was a thing yesterday where they started unverifying certain accounts, and then there's been talks of them censoring political content.
Really?
Yeah, there's been a lot of backlash against VidMe. and everything else. And it's one of those problems with the platform. It's like they got money. They got like $6 million in seed funding a few months ago.
Right.
And then ever since then, some stuff has been changing. So it makes me wonder if with this new influx in cash comes an alteration of ideals.
Well, the only problem with Twitch is that you have to be really careful. They have very strict rules for what can and cannot be allowed on there. So if you got people, you know, dropping nigga bombs all over the goddamn place, they're gonna just throw you off. So, you know,
you get more money, I think, because they're very much opening it up to people. Like they're actually approaching YouTubers right now that wouldn't normally do Twitch, and they're offering them a lot more money.
Well, hey, Twitch, if you're watching, I can let you know. None of y'all have reached out to me, and well.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is too, a lot of people are really upset about it, and they're pissed off at YouTube and Google. And I'm pissed off, and you know, I'm upset, and I'm let down a lot by some of the decisions they're making. But in the long run, I'm not going to get really panicky, because I do know that the platform itself can be maintained no matter wherever it is that it has to go. Like,
yeah,
whatever. We'll always be doing the Saints. Wherever it is that we have to do the Saints, that's what we'll do. We're going to keep doing it because we love doing it.
And fun thing, too, actually, I'm just going to give the chat something to do real quick, aside from super chatting and giving us money, is... yeah, smash. You know, give us a 1. Give us a 1 if you would actually go to a YouTube Saints website, like a dedicated website, to watch our content direct.
Kind of like what Destiny does. Omni Destiny does that.
I didn't know that. Let's not compare ourselves to him. I'm already feeling pretty sweaty and stanky. I don't need to feel dirty too.
Yeah, say what you will about the guy, but the way he's got his shit set up is legit. The dude has figured out a really good way to make his format, like a custom format on his own website. It's pretty chill. I was impressed with it. I don't know why. That guy should really hate me, but for some reason he likes me. It's really weird. I don't know.
You're a likable guy, Jeff. You're a likable guy.
Yeah, you got to try harder there, Jeffrey. If you want to be hated, you need to basically take every interaction with the realization that there's no such thing as monetization anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I've actually been curious, because it has seemed like sometimes people think because of all of the fights you get in with other YouTubers that you're the vicious one.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. No, I'm not the vicious. Like, go look at Steven Crowder's his YouTube right now. You can see like my debate with Steven Crowder. Like, dude, it was so pleasant and very, very respectful between the two of us. It was interesting. But he did try and do a gotcha on me. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Okay, so I go on Steven Crowder. He invites me on because I made some silly shit posting Twitter videos at him, because of his video on the AIDS epidemic being a hoax. I'm like,
because he was horribly wrong about something you don't need to be horribly wrong about.
Okay. It's pretty complicated, and so
tell me, what did Adam Sandler's Downsy bastard child have to say?
So we start talking about it. To sum it up a little bit, basically, he started talking about his motivation in making it was specifically this, and I'm like, well, it didn't come out that way in the video to me. And then we just kind of like talked about stats and that sort of thing. It was interesting, but he tried. I could see he was enjoying talking to me, but he was getting frustrated because he knew the audience wanted a fight. Especially, like, you take one look at me versus the crowd that usually watches Crowder. They probably shouldn't like me, you know? Because he appeals to very hardcore Christian, conservative, and they're not always usually very accepting of people with, like, you know, metal in their face. But anyway, so he decided to try and bait me into an argument by saying, well, here's an idea. I would say that my political position versus yours would keep people from getting infected with HIV more than you. And I'm like, you're going to have to explain that one to me. He's like, well, I don't know how you feel about the whole drug thing, and just kind of like looks at me. I'm like, okay. But from looking at your Twitter wall, it seems like you're a very sexually liberated person. Now, I promote not doing drugs and only abstinence before marriage. So that would keep people from getting HIV, right? And he like, And he got this smile like, let's do it, let's go, let's go. And I just stopped and I stared at him and I'm like, I don't know about that, Steven. Moving on, and just, no.
I gotta ask,
No.
Wait a second, so he's married?
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yes, he is. His wife's pretty hot, too.
So he's had sex with one hot woman. And he wants to tell other people about how to have sex.
I will say...
Okay, yeah, let's move on, because I could go on about this.
Well, I guarantee you down the road we're going to find out Crowder is one just gigantic effing hypocrite. So
I don't know. I mean, you know, like, here's the thing. I went into it expecting that it might go badly. I was very pleasantly surprised, and then when we went off the air, we just had like a casual chat between YouTubers talking about the demonetization thing. I have to say, as much as I disagree with Steven Crowder a lot on a lot of stuff, he was really cool. He was really, really cool to me, and he won me over. I like the guy.
Yeah, wait, no, well, here's the thing. I have no doubt. Like, you know, for instance, this past weekend, I had a good friend of mine, Laurel, up. She's you know, hard right, not like Nazi right, but just conservatism is the way we should be. Defends, you know, Crowder and even to a certain extent Rebel, with the exception of what's recently come up. But no, I mean it's one of these things. Like I have nothing personal against him. I don't have anything personal against Paul Joseph Watson. I think he's an idiot. I think the presentation he gives is either on the one hand he's an idiot, or on the other hand he's disingenuous.
Okay.
Either which way, that knocks on my, you know, that knocks the respect level down. Crowder, even fucking Cernovich, I'm sure, like, they're probably wonderful people. Nothing personal against anybody. But there are some people I have some personal things against because I find them to be smarmy cunts that I just don't like. But when it comes to people just being stupid and wrong, from my own position, that's about as far as it goes. It's like, you know, it's not one of these, and this is the problem too with the division thing. People are like, oh, they disagree with me. I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. I'm thinking like, well, they disagree with me. I'd rather like keep them from catching on fire in the first place. They disagree with me. That doesn't mean they should be on fire. The Crowder is an imbecile. He's in my humble opinion, he's a sad clown or he's a disingenuous hack. Either which way.
I tell you what. Here's the thing. He's successful, so it doesn't really matter that much. It doesn't really matter that much necessarily, like, because the dude.
So is Jake Paul.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Hashtag this is not a diss track.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. No, I don't know. We're just gonna have to disagree. He won me over, man.
I'm just saying, man.
He won me over.
Well, I think what Nick is trying to say essentially is like he thinks that Crowder is an idiot. Okay. I think Crowder is disingenuous in many of his beliefs because, you know, he'll pander to the audience that's in front of him. Okay. Most of these guys do. I think you think he's charming is what I think. Because he's a charming guy. I'm not gonna lie, he's a charming guy.
And I think he's very business smart.
Yes. Oh no. I won't disagree with that. I think he's learned. Like so many conservative commentators have learned that if you play to that base, you will do well. But we always find out that these people, these pro-conservative, pro-Christian whatevers, are always harboring.
They're way more reasonable than they seem. Like they're not gonna like in a private, friendly conversation. They're not gonna stake out positions to disagree with you for the sake of having a good show. In the way that people who run shows with a very defined political bias do. Yeah, I mean, my friend, for instance, she actually like met Cernovich a couple times. I don't have a whole lot of respect for Cernovich. I think he's a bit of a fucking clown shoes operation too. Any man who spends that much time thinking about his own cum, you gotta kind of scratch your head and wonder.
He really does. It's really sad.
Now, that being said, though, I mean, like, you know, and it's the same thing, Jeff. You told me the same thing about, you know, you told me the same thing about Dave Rubin and Milo, too. Both wonderful people. Wonderful people.
Sweetest people in the world.
And this is the thing. I'm more than happy to I like people who I disagree with who are themselves very, you know, personally agreeable. People who are, like, they're nice to be around. and you can have conversations with them where you don't make any progress in your disagreement, and it's just fun because you're like, it's like a game of chess. I like that. I do. I do though worry that the evolution of modern media with the modern style of punditry we have, which is even being reflected in Colbert these days. We're finding people are being further and further inspired to be morons in public. You know, it's like, oh, I want to be a moron in public because people love morons when they're in public. And when I look at the Cernoviches, when I look at the Crowders or the Paul Joseph Watsons, or when I look at the Young Turks, or when I look at whatever remains of Air America, I find myself saying these are people who are willingly morons in public.
I would say
probably wonderful people.
I would say out of all of them, the Young Turks are probably the worst. They're the absolute worst. Being
morons in public, or
no, in like they're genuinely like bad people, because I mean these are at least with these more right-leaning political commentators, they for the most part they're working from a platform that they built. They're working from like a certain position that is reliant upon them. The Young Turks is in and of itself, especially with them meeting recently with the YouTube CEO, they are like directly trying to affect the capacity for people to get their content more than other people's content. I firmly believe that. I think that these people would, if they were given the chance to, try and control people's access to information.
Oh, they absolutely would.
I really think they would. I really fucking think they would.
Yeah.
And I don't think Crowder would. I don't think Crowder or Watson or Cernovich would do that. I don't think they would.
No, they wouldn't. Well, I mean, they wouldn't for two reasons. One, I mean, like, to give them credit, I believe they actually are stand-up people to the point. Here's the thing: I don't have a huge amount of respect for Lawrence Southern or Gavin McInnes. Okay. I think the both of them are blustering clowns. However, the fact that especially, and I guess we'll get to this shortly, but the fact that they, for instance, are abandoning a sinking ship,
right?
Not necessarily even because they've been fucked over in any particular way, but because they genuinely feel that what is going on is not good.
Right.
And when it comes to Southern and McGinnis, we'll never hear exactly probably what that is until the contract's up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I mean, like, no, I mean, this, like, you know, yeah, there are levels of respect. I've just found though that especially maybe it's the reevaluation of things after VidCon.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized that no, it is not worth taking it soft on stupid dumb fuck ideas simply for the purpose of being nice.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I see some of that, but I mean, I am personally at least happy to hear that Steven Crowder is at least like a really good guy. He's a nice guy. I like that. Yeah, he's a good guy. I like that. Now,
oh, go ahead, sir.
Well, do you have something else? Because I was actually going to give us a really good transition.
Well, I was gonna ask because I was curious about it, Matt, because you're embroiled in, and we also got to do super chats too. Shit, there are a fucking ton of them. And a lot of them are questions for Matt. But Matt, I'm curious about this. You're in on the news game. You're in on like the YouTube reporting. Do you think that there is the capacity for there to be a more left-leaning or liberal YouTube news show with the kind of format and backing as the Young Turks or like Crowder? Do you think that's actually something that could sell and people would enjoy?
I believe, to an extent, yes. But what it's going to require is, and this is where you can see Crowder and the Young Turks are two sides of the same ideological coin here. They're each pushing their agenda, and in order to make it more sensational, they keep pushing it further and further and further away. The Young Turks now, like when the Charlottesville thing happened the other day, most of their videos that day were all Charlottesville related, all of them just jizzing all over what Trump said. You know, oh, we got him, oh, you know. And then I'm sure Crowder's done certain similar things with other topics. So having more of a rational-based progressive news or liberal news outlet is possible, but what it's going to require is the absolute funding of the of the viewers, you know, of the listeners, and that's how it's going to have to happen. You're not going to get.
On that note, what do you think of Rebel Media or not Rebel Media? Sorry, sorry. No,
I have thoughts on Rebel Media, but we'll get to that.
Reason. What do you think of Reason? I mean, it's libertarian as fuck.
Yeah.
But I've noticed
I've noticed it occasionally, but I'm not like super.
I don't read it. Yeah, I don't read it obsessively in any way either. But what I have noticed is that, especially as our culture war, which and both of you guys can tell me if I'm wrong here, but like having been in this sphere of the internet as it is, Andrew Breitbart once said, politics exists downstream from culture, and culture really does seem to exist downstream from the internet because it's like a fucking incubator for shit. This left versus right shit we see right here it's basically a macrocosm of, at least from my experience, what a lot of people have been dealing with for 3 years now. And with this, though, you know, I've seen Reason and mainstream media too is starting to pick up on the madness on college campuses and so on. But I've seen Reason. They've been like drifting a little bit away recently from their occupational licensing is destroying human freedom to like, okay, perhaps there is a middle way in between saying I don't like Nazis and I don't like Antifa, where you can say you like both of them. It's almost as though libertarians are, to certain degrees, seeing an opportunity within this left-right schism, where they're like, oh my god, we can be the sensible ones now. We can be the ones who are both telling people that, you know, government doesn't need to be up in your business, and at the same time, you should live your life however makes you happy as long as it doesn't hurt people. And we're neither left nor right on this. It does seem as though like the libertarians, with few exceptions, that guy T, are finding a fun middle road here in which maybe it's an opportunity for them.
I would say that probably the best thing with that, or the best example of why that I agree with you, Nick, would be Bernie Sanders' campaign. Yes, he was running as a Democrat, but he never hid his values. He never hid his beliefs, his independent nature, you know, where he was as a democratic socialist, those aspects, and people accepted it. And you know, it wasn't one or the other. It was a different choice, albeit underneath the same umbrella, but that was well known. That was never hidden. So I think maybe we are seeing a bit of this.
Maybe. All right.
Let me offer this. You know, we got a format to stick to, and now on the notion, however, of as I was saying before, really personally, genuinely liking people who disagree with you. Tonight's undersubbed was recommended by none other than Matt himself. Oh, Matt, you go on and introduce him. It was your idea.
Yeah, this guy is Ranting Monkey. He is another social commentator on YouTube. Puts together very well thought out arguments. I'd argue he's way better than me in a number of ways. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and he puts together a lot of really good stuff. He does a lot of responses, covers of articles, things like that. And I listen to him a lot when I'm driving, and it's nice to catch up on someone's perspective that's not yelling and screaming in the microphone.
I have to say, so I haven't really talked about it quite yet, but I was in Atlanta this weekend, and I just got back today. I was so exhausted trying to get home because I didn't sleep for many days, and I was fading. I was having a really hard time, and I had no idea until I got home that this is going to be our undersubbed and that this is who you picked. But it was actually Ranting Monkey, because I've been subscribed to him for a long time. He popped up in my sub feed. I started listening to him, and his video like helped keep me engaged and awake. And so Ranting Monkey saved my life today. Let's roll the tape.
That should go on his wall.
And today, there's a new job opening at Google. But don't go in there if you're a white male, because to prove that they're not racist or sexist, Google will likely be filling that position based on race and sex.
Dead air. I don't know. No, but he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I forget like how I came across him. I think someone just like it must have popped up in a recommended feed or something. So sometimes I just like clicking around those and see what I find.
Well, Jeff's pause game is on point because like it's funny. My favorite part of Monkey's intro is right here.
Monkey! One of the first things that Google did to try and decide what it needed to solve in terms of diversity was understanding what did its workforce look like and whether it could actually be more diverse.
That's how I opened my video on the Google employee who had released a 10-page manifesto on diversity in the workplace there at Google. Since 2014, Google has made a concerted effort to get more diversity in their ranks. But did you hear how she said that? Listen to it again.
One of the first things that Google did to try and decide what it needed to solve in terms of diversity was understanding what did its workforce look like. And
Yeah, that would be the priority. That would be the overt, absolute, #1 fucking priority. What the fuck? God damn it.
whether it could actually be more diverse.
They didn't set out to see whether or not diversity was even an issue. It absolutely was in their mind. There's no question about it. There is something wrong at Google because there's not enough women or blacks and Latinos. And that's exactly the thinking that led to James Damore being fired. They fired James because he was in violation of their code of conduct and crossed a line by advancing harmful gender stereotypes in our workplace.
Which is so bullshit.
Seriously, that's what they said. If you read the memo, you know there was...
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
They were so harmful. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nothing really harmful about it. He merely suggested that maybe, there's a difference between men and women that causes them to go into different career fields. Everybody knew James was going to be fired. Even James did. One of the things he mentioned in his memo is that there were people at Google who were afraid to express their opinions because they might be fired. James is like psychic and shit. Maybe you can get a job at the fair predicting people's futures. Except we all know it didn't take any real predictive powers to be able to say that. You do not question the importance of diversity in America today, period.
Or you get sent to
Diversity
Gulag.
is a must. When you're running a business, the most important thing about it is how your workforce looks. I'm not going to go over the whole case again. I just want to put out a challenge to Google. Over the last 3 years, you've been releasing your diversity data. According to it, women in your tech sector have gone up from 27% to 30% over that 3-year period.
Wow.
1% each year. If none of James' concerns from that original memo are true, if the whole problem is just that you guys are a bunch of fucking bigots, tomorrow I want you guys to open up enough tech jobs to hire enough women to bring that to 50-50. Granted, you can't tell them you're only hiring women because that's, you know, against the fucking law.
Yeah.
Do it on the down low. Open up the jobs and only hire women.
I'd like to see them actually do that. That would be interesting. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. Oh man.
Well, they won't because they can't keep them. They can't keep them there. That's the other side of that too. Every time you get one of these diversity arguments, right? They go, "Oh, look at our hiring data." No. Show me your turnaround data. Like, show me how many of those employees are still there a year later.
The best part, though, will be when this is put into law that every workplace has to have 50. Well, every workplace making over 50K a year needs to have 50-50 gender diversity. Well, let's just say that trending will be really trendy.
How much you want to bet, though? How much you want to bet they'll argue 50-50?
I could be a lesbian with a dick, and I'd have 30% better chance of getting a job that I'm already qualified for. Oh fuck yeah, man! I love banging poon with my dyke dong. It's my favorite thing, boy. My favorite thing.
Shit.
That's the future right there. That's a goddamn future right there, boy.
It's a future.
Goddamn it! If you're a fucking entrepreneur out there, you're thinking of starting a goddamn company. Yo, I want to start a company. Oh, how hard could running a business be? Well, you know, you're gonna have a great fucking time when you have to hire 50% men, 50% women, and 50% male lesbians. I'm pulling that, boy.
Anyway, all right, let's catch up with super chats. Everybody, go check out Ranting Monkey. Let's see. Let's pull this up like this. Bam! Got it. Nailing the format tonight, no matter how god-awful tired I am. Okay, so, the straw man. This comment is unavailable in your area. Tiger Lark. Jeff, it was awesome to meet you last night. Thanks for buying me a shot. Peer pressure. Come down to Nashville next, and we'll show you a good time. So, we did a meetup. What?
Sorry, Nashville is definitely a town to go to.
That's what I keep hearing, yeah. I need to do it.
There's something there. It's so much fun.
I'm telling you guys.
Listen, you find
Nashville
the worst.
tour.
It's not. Yeah, oh, no, we're definitely doing that. But Nashville, I love Nashville. Nashville's kind of count. Like, you can go to the shittiest bar in town. You'll hear amazing music. And then you'll go find the shittiest busker. And they'll be playing even better music than that. No one's allowed to play shit music in Nashville, apparently.
Apparently. But yeah, oh, go ahead, man.
Oh, it's just saying it's good. Also, I sang in Nashville once.
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
No, but yeah.
So I did do.
The fact that I did it is good.
I did do a meetup in Atlanta last night, and it was me, Poison the Well, Sofane Fat Pat. We had Some Dumb American, and that guy T showed up, and it was a absolute drunken, ridiculous, wonderful, some of the best, incredible people I've ever met, and we had such a good time. It was amazing. So for all of you who did come out last night, thank you very much. It was an amazing experience. I love all you guys. It was great. So thank you. Paige says, hey Matt, your channel introduced me to the anti-SJW conglomerate and got me started on my journey. Good luck with you and your family, dude.
Thank you very much, man. Really appreciate that.
That's kind of, though, it does kind of sound like, hey Matt, you know, like, I caught on to what you're on to. Good luck, man. You'll need it.
Hey, listen, with all the other negative comments I get, I'll take the easier, nicer ones. It's all
Sure.
good. You know,
Same. Wild Warlock, are you saying Matt really loves the dirty pussies?
Well, I mean, who doesn't to some extent? I mean,
hey, listen, boy, this man you're talking about here dirtied one all up with a baby. You know? Oh yeah, you know what? You can drop all kinds of STDs all up in a vag, but until you drop a human being in there, you have not left a proper mess.
So are you saying here and now, Nick, that babies are the ultimate sexually transmitted disease?
He's not wrong.
No. I'm gonna go a step beyond that, and I'm actually gonna say that human beings are the ultimate sexually transmitted disease.
Oh, interesting. Caleb Bohr, last time I saw the back of Paul Joseph Watson's head, the universe tore open and Donald Trump won the presidency. Oh, wow.
No, dude, you just came, okay? That was all that was. It was called, it's an orgasm. Happens to everybody if you rub and stroke enough.
Balls deep in Watson.
But I'm hashtag balls deep in Watson.
Yep. Spectacular Wanderer. Hey, did you guys know Matt is a father-to-be? Maybe he should tell somebody in a video. It's already owned and sponsored by the Moon Jews. Just kidding, my dude. Moon Jews. Moon Jews. More Moon Jews, please. Yeah.
I will admit the moon Jew. Is it Jews or juice? Because it's lost on me.
Jews. Moon
like,
Jews.
Oh, okay.
That was a racist question.
Jews on the moon.
Moving.
Oh,
on.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, no. Honestly, we did get some pretty great fan art for Moon Jews last time, and we still have a channel. So
yep, we did. Yep, and it's pretty good so far. Kesvera says, I thought Jeff sold his soul to Monsanto. I leased it. My contract ran out. DKJ Spec.
He's subletting.
I'm subletting my soul. Yeah. DKJ Spec, a garbage human, says, hashtag bring back unsolved Matt stories.
Oh, god damn it. I was doing this
Matt,
stream where I was looking up unsolved murders and shit.
I know, and you're not a detective.
That's cool.
So you're like, well, fuck, dude. Ugh.
No, I'm not a detective, but like it's interesting to look at the data to see what you might come to think of, you know?
Oh, yeah, but no, I mean, the last one I saw you do, I remember seeing you, like, you go through it and you're like, oh, this is horrible. I have no idea who killed her. Oh, god damn it.
No, but I think that's like a pretty interesting, I think that's a pretty average response in some respects. Like, I have no idea who fucking killed this lady. I think what it was too is some of those cases had almost no information available. Oh, there was like, it was almost nothing. It was like, we can't release the description of the suspect. We can't release any of the information about like the murder scene. We can't release anything. So it's like, well, then who the fuck? We know she's dead. Fuck.
You gotta read some more Sherlock Holmes novels, and then you'll know to look at the very one last third of their shoelaces, and you'll understand what country that came from, and then you'll know exactly what place that person died.
What the fuck?
Well, there's actually one case that's not far from my dad's house, about 30 minutes from here. The first one I looked at was like that. And
it was your dad, wasn't it?
No. She went missing like 9 years ago, just vanished from her house. right? And so I thought about actually going down there and then doing on the ground investigation, just to see what I could find from just, you know, it's been 10 years. Someone might know something and it's gone cold. So,
I've done that. I mean, I have done that. I was bored as fuck and I lost my license, so I started looking up cold cases in the Concord area. And well, the one I took on was a homeless guy who died on the train tracks. That was kind of cut and dry. No.
yeah.
So
Hayden Bork says, $15.99, Hail Hortler. It's true. Nick Zvonnet says, Jeff, get some sleep after Saints, brother. It was a pleasure meeting you. Cheers. It was a pleasure meeting you. Roto Hernandez, SummerSlam sucked. Saints are better. Hashtag Chatelet. I heard that. I heard SummerSlam wasn't that good this year. But I didn't get a chance. I was driving. Big Mike says, can we just agree a person dies in an abortion, even Alina, douchebag abortion? It's, well,
no.
That's a whole nother, that's a whole stream right there.
Yeah, I'll say no because that's why there's an argument at all.
I mean, it just.
But I will say, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I leave it to you. If you want to SummerSlam verbally, SummerSlam Matt into the mat, you go right ahead.
No, I'll put it this.
For what? I don't know what I'd be saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We don't have copper cabs here. I'm gonna come up with this shit on the fly. I can't rap. I don't know how this is supposed to work.
I will body slam you verbally. The only thing I'll say about that, Big Mike, I'll put it this way. I will absolutely agree that we do the potentiality for brilliance or tragedy with the loss of any kind of potential life. That is unfortunately always tragic. Now, whether it's a person or not, that's gonna have to be a whole stream in and of itself. We'll talk about that some other time. Wild Warlock, I would fuck Lena Dunham for science. Test if straight white males can improve their victim status and turn into full-blown gays. That made me fart.
That made me sick a little in my throat.
Sergeant Buck, once had someone try to convince me that
She's got a huge dick, man.
That's true. Sergeant Buck, once had someone try to convince me that Gamergate didn't exist. Have you guys run into any of these morons? Not really. Have you?
Not that Gamergate didn't exist, but that it was really about hating women in games industry.
Oh, that's
I hear that brought up more, you know, because that's what all the articles ran with. It's like, oh, the sexism, the misogyny. And I'm like, it didn't exist. Oh, no, it totally existed. How do you know? Well, I read about it. Yeah, well, I fucking lived it. Eat a dick.
Yeah, it's like, where'd you read about it? Oh, Salon.
Yeah.
Right.
I read about it on Recode.com about a woman named Brianna Wu, you know, like the developer of a good game.
Oh my god! So like, I found this NPR presenter who has her own WordPress, and I checked out their WordPress, and I'm pretty sure it's legit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I read about it on dailycost.com.
No, what I love is because like Nazis are the new thing. That apparently Gamergate was like, it was the gate for Nazis to walk through, and now Nazis are here.
What is it? I love it. I loved it after Trump got elected, and it was all the articles like Gamergate caused Trump to get elected.
Oh my god! Some people,
like,
some people were happy about that.
Understand how this works?
No,
yeah.
It's like fucking honestly, Gamergate. It's funny because I see Gamergate. It's like Kekistan, right? It's a whole bunch of people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Like, oh my god, do you know Gamergate created Kekistan, which is what created racism in the United States? What? What? No! You're so... I don't even have time to describe to you how you're wrong. I don't want to make a 3-hour YouTube video. You're a moron. Oh my god. I'm now a Salon contributor because I just explained to everybody how Gamergate created the Nazis, and this guy proved it to me because he's a Nazi. It's
but
Nick,
waiting. Did you put your PayPal link in the article? Because that's how you know you've.
Oh yeah,
you gotta put that PayPal link in there, man.
I made this. I've been making this joke all week, and I guess because it's a weekly thing, it's worth pointing out. I am waiting for the day that the alt-right discovers that Kekistan was created by a guy with a black granddad, a Jew, a sexual deviant looking at you, Jeff. Yep. An Arab. A lefty weeaboo.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, dude. It's nuts. All right, Wild Warlock says Twitch should have Michael J. Fox and Muhammad Ali do ads for them. Big Mike, Matt, what am I harboring? I don't know. What are you harboring? What is he harboring?
I don't know. What?
Okay.
I don't know what he's harboring. A massive cock?
I hope so. Probably. He's
Like,
probably,
I mean, I
he's
would
probably
hope
pecking
that-
some meat.
Hopefully it's not like black tar heroin.
Deep-seated hatred for YouTubers.
If it is, let me know.
That's entirely possible. We get that all the time.
Expressed through monetary donation.
Rhino says, Nick, are you doing okay on the PB and cigar leaf? Do you need round 2? Maybe something else? You never got back to me on Twitter.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad about conversations. No, then that peanut butter leaf tobacco. This guy straight up sent me vape fluid, which was a peanut butter cigar flavor.
That sounds amazing.
It was good. Oh, it's gone now. It was good.
Kesver says, you fuckers made me think I was watching an ad. Oh, weird. Sorry. Gonzo Duke, thoughts on harmful opinions, Twitter being permanently suspended. Also, how many months until Laura Loomer is the CEO of Michelin? Oh, Christ.
Honestly,
Jesus Christ.
I think, well, I mean, I'm just going to put this out there. I think harmful opinions probably could have avoided that by securing his social media spread with cyberlink.com. Cyberlink.com, it's the best place to get your...
It's awful.
Yeah, no, Matt, you better laugh because I was gonna go with a goddamn candid joke just
Hey, listen. You can make all the jokes about that you want to make. I just can't legally talk about it for another 13 months. There you go.
Hang on, wait. Let's all appreciate this moment real quick. Matt has a much finer bead on when his contract with Candid is up than he does when his child is born.
That's true. That's true. You thought about it for a second, like it's in December. And you're like, oh, Candid, 13 months. Immediately, 13 months.
Well, no, because it was a
13 months and 3 days. When's your kid being born? I don't know.
Contract.
December is sometime. Who knows?
Some shit.
And I think I signed it. No, I signed it at the end of August last year. So I got like or some shit. It's just, who fucking knows? The company's not even there anymore.
Yeah,
I probably could say whatever I want and they would never even sue me.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, for instance, like, you know, you'd never say, Bindu is actually a cyborg, right? You never say that.
But I can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cause she is. It sucks. It sucks that Harmful Opinions was permanently suspended. I think that's bullshit. I mean, anytime somebody is permanently suspended.
Yeah, I agree.
But to be honest, let's all agree also that, like, Tim probably laughed his dick off when he saw that.
Oh yeah, no, he's probably rolling.
I've been suspended from Twitter.
Ideological Limbo. How many shekels to Google gobble my dyke donger? 200. Thexor the Bearded just supported my boys. They are such saints. Aw, thank you very much, buddy. Magog of Morska. Great show. Worship me. I am the better wizard. Is that a pretty good impression?
Are you now, boy? Are you now? That was a little more pirate, but okay.
I had a little bit more gas on that one. Brockus, I'm still mad I missed the 2 Poisoning the Well live streams. Maybe Poisoning the Well and YouTube Saints could come down to SoCal for a meetup. Love to hang with Nick, Pat, and Fane again, and finally drink with the holidays in person. That would be badass. Absolutely. I do want to go to SoCal again here pretty soon. Gonzo Duke, Dyke Dongs will help stop the spread of HIV faster than celibacy. And Babao, last but not least, just a thought, I would pay $35 to watch you do your show live from a bar or some other venue in New York City or one of its northerly suburbs. It'd be kind of interesting to have a bar that specializes in, like, alternative media and does, you know, like, plays live streams instead of the news. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be interesting.
That would be, well, I mean, would the bar be able to hear it, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. And we're not paying anybody to do our fucking live live
I'll
annotations.
say this much. Yeah, I mean, if anybody, if you want to do a remote thing, yeah, come on up to Manchester. I already have a bar. And I could talk them into being like, oh, this entire back patio area is designated for these people. Are you buying drinks? All right, it's all designated for these people. I can make that happen. I'm not saying that like I'm a regular at a bar to a point where they give me free rounds from time to time because I go there so much. Because that would be alcoholism.
Yeah. So, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the oversub. The format must be appeased. It is a cruel mistress. It is a raging dragon. We must quiet it by fulfilling its needs. Tonight, our oversubbed of the week is a Rebel Media. Let's roll the tape.
I want to create something to take the place of the Sun News Network.
Conservative commentary.
Has been acting like a petulant little child.
Even as
Petulant little child.
our closest allies, they're stepping up the fight against the Islamic State.
What is with? Wait, hang on a second. What is this? What is this fucking like? What is this weird effect that they got playing over her? Is this like the?
Listen. They're trying to make you think of your mom's hot friend. That you remember when you were going through puberty, like, wow, mom's friend's kind of hot.
Right.
I don't know her kids. Oh, she doesn't have kids. She has frozen eggs.
But why?
All right.
Why do the like? You're looking at this through a sunlit window and there's sun streaks like in your
I
shit.
swear to Christ,
It's such a weird effect.
I swear to Christ, if you guys,
It's like someone just got After Effects for the first time. Like, what did this do? Oh, that looks neat.
If you question Rebel Media one more time, I'm going to sue you for $995,000. And that's not a lot of money, but I'm going to sue you for it just to ruin your life. Wait, I'm sorry.
Christ.
Against the Islamic State.
He'll ask them to make a pinky swear as to whether or not they're terrorists, as in someone who plans to kill us.
Collateral damage.
Oh my God! The librarian's son just offered a pinky swear.
Hey, everybody!
Hey guys,
we found.
Don't beat me up by the tired teepee. And I pinky swear I'll give you all my ham from my Lunchables for the rest of the years. Oh God!
A poll. I think we found the next white supremacist hand signal right here. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That means this means one race. One race.
Oh no, not just one race. It's the one embattled race. Because the pinky finger, it's so important. It's so important, but it's slowly getting shorter, and they're trying to get rid of it to replace it with these three. This
is an analogy for the dwindling erasure of the white race. I can't fucking do this.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to see, if you need evidence of this. Of this symbol being a symbol of resistance, consider average cartoons. How many fingers do they have? That's right. 3 fingers and a thumb. You want to know why?
White genocide.
The Jews have been drawing those cartoons for so long. They don't want the white man's pinky involved.
All right. Let's keep
Nick,
going.
that's so woke of you to say. I'm just so woke of you.
He's betraying his own heritage. He's a Jew whistleblower. He's a Jew blower.
I know. This is why Lauren Southern left Rebel Media. She saw these signs about the 1%, right? She saw that like 1%. Is that like how many Jews are left? Yeah. Oh God, I gotta get out of here.
I thought Lauren left Rebel Media in order to head to Israel to take out the Wailing Wall.
No, listen, Lauren left Rebel Media because she decided she was gonna join the Merchant Marines, and and patrol the Pacific to make sure no contraband shipments of bananas from making their way to Italy. That's why she did that. Now you're gonna see in a couple months is Ezra Klein or whatever his name is
Levant.
Levant, yeah, same thing. It's a Jew name.
I was just about to say that.
Got the Jews. Listen, is this a secret Jew signal to get Muslims into Spain? I think so. Fuck you, white YouTube. We're getting woke up in this bitch.
Someone who plans to kill us.
Collateral damage in Rachel Notley's war on oil and gas.
contrarian opinions.
I'm not a feminist because I believe that both genders should be treated equally.
So the Zoolander Prime Minister, women elected him, they got him, the dumbest Prime Minister ever.
Stop the video! I was masturbating to the sight of Lauren Southern, and then Gavin showed up and my dick got actually hard. How does that work out?
I don't know, man.
You're just thinking of his taint, man. He always talks about his taint.
Yeah. It's a very trimmed beard and the fashy haircut. It's just like...
Honestly, no. I mean, like, Jeff, I mean, you've been there more than anybody. I mean, is that the face of a man who can take a dick or not?
Yeah.
We have it. Roll the tape.
Annoying wife.
Have you made a direct comparison between Harper and Hitler, sir?
This is not a rape culture because rapists go to prison here.
So you're making a moral decision that your convenience is more important.
See, this is the problem. Okay. Hang on. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
No, go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, okay. You get it.
He wants to call it hypocrisy. Explain the hush money, Ezra. Explain the hush money, Ezra.
I think Nick is starting to feel the gravitational pull of the ceiling.
Oh no, I have a drop ceiling. I have several levels to get through. But, no, it is a funny thing though. Here's the thing: Rebel Media, especially in the wake of Gamergate, forged itself upon a basis of we are not unethical. We're gonna be good journalists and show you how the liberals are lying to you. And then it seems that anytime anybody gets out of line with Ezra's way of thinking, they're gone.
Yep.
Or Ezra maybe has poor hiring standards. I don't know. But the long and short is the Rebel Media is everything that I've said it has been over these last several months while everyone was telling me, oh, what about CNN? Well, yeah, CNN's pretty shit.
They're bad too.
Yeah, they're bad too. And here on the YouTube Saints, we are down with the bad stuff.
Down with bad stuff. We take the firm political position. Bad stuff.
Down with bad stuff.
Down with bad stuff. Up with good things. Moon Jews are A-okay. Fight the genocide.
Yeah, Moon Jews good. Rebel Media bad.
Which is too bad, because the thing is, I believe in the idea of a company like Rebel Media and what they purport that they're supposed to do. Like, the idea of Rebel Media was fine, was great. I didn't necessarily... No, I mean, like, I didn't necessarily like Gavin McInnes necessarily.
Dude, you know what? I believe in the concept of fair and balanced, too.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, you're never gonna get fair and balanced. That's bullshit. It's never gonna fucking happen. I liked listening to Gavin so that I could hear an opinion that was very contrarian to my own, and I appreciated that. But, like, that does not allow for them to have such dog shit, abhorrent fucking business practices that erases every good that they were fucking doing. It drives me nuts. So I hope that the people who leave do find good work, not with this asshole.
And I'm sorry, Matt. I know I'm steamrolling over you.
No, it's you guys' show. It's all good.
Oh, you'll be the guest, but I will say for my part, this whole thing has come up largely between Ezra and Cowlin, right?
Yeah.
Couple fun things worth noting. For one thing, Rebel Media, or Rebel.tv on Twitter, is running on a block bot. Now, I know that because they have me blocked, but, you know, me being blocked, not surprised by it. But when I find out that one of my followers, who is a financial supporter of theirs, or was at least, is blocked as well. And then when I tweeted this out, and people are like, holy fuck, why am I blocked too? There's only one explanation. It's that they're using a blockchain. And we all know who uses blockchains. Goes without saying. But the more fun part about this, the thing I absolutely love is, because if there's one thing I love more than watching David fight Goliath, it's watching horse shit Goliath fight horse shit Goliath. Because Cowlin, or Kalen, or whatever that little twink's name is, his big thing, one of his biggest videos was about, oh god, I think it was about Quilliam, but it was a video taken in the same sort of Veritas style you know, oh, we're going to expose these dirty libs things. And it was very, very clearly edited. I actually had a Twitter user hit me up saying I was at that event and he edited the living shit out of that video to make it look bad. Now, I turned around and asked Kalen, would you be willing to release the raw footage of this video because accusations are that you have deceptively edited it? And his response was to block me.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And this is what we're coming to. The takeaway from this shouldn't be that there's a right side and a wrong side. It should be that Rebel Media is a disingenuous pile of horse shit. It is a manufactured bunch of dog shit created by an ideologue who wants nothing more than to have a staff of people who reflect his very personal conservative ideology and reinforce the narrative the whole way through, all the while calling themselves rebels, pretending that they're fighting the power. But then at the same time, so many of those people who buy into that narrative buy into it so much that they decide that once unethical practices are exposed, they can use those to expound upon their own. And if you want evidence of this, go and look at Kalen's video, his big expose on Ezra and his blackmail. I'm not even going to tell you don't trust what he shows you there, because it's pretty plain black and white. Ezra Levant and Rebel Media are a whole crock of shit, and they're not worth respecting. But at the same time, consider what the end of Kalen's video is really all about.
Yep.
If you want to support real journalism and do the kind of thing that I was doing before I was accused of doing this other thing, give me money now. Yeah? You never, Kalen, if you're watching this, and I hope someone sends you this little clip, if nothing else, if you want to try and sell your own independent conservative media outlet on a crowdfunding basis, it's probably best not to show that your former employer, your most recent employer, was the kind of guy who ended every video asking for donations. I'm just saying this. And also, if you want to do the ethics thing, maybe release all of the raw footages that you get, because Ezra's accused you of that too. So it kind of looks like the lot of you are a bunch of disingenuous and untrustworthy cunts who probably shouldn't be trusted with a puppy, let alone news media. But that's just me.
Is that just one of your harmful opinions?
That's just one of my harmful
Someone's got to take that over now.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I think I thought that was really funny first time I saw that video. It gets to the end and it's all like, "Oh, give us money," and it's all like, "No." You know, what have you done to earn it?
I learned a lot from Ezra, and I'm going to show you that right now. I've got a great new thing. Give me money. Oh, you really did learn a lot from Ezra, didn't you?
That whole organization. Actually, I just looked on Twitter. I don't follow them, but they follow me.
Weird. That's
so weird, because I rail against them. I've been pissed off at them for a while, but what I noticed was during the election and then post-election, they were desperately trying to get American viewers. They were trying to get in on that, so they were really covering a lot of American politics, and then they kept using hashtag MAGA on their tweets, even stuff not even related to American politics. They just kept using hashtag MAGA.
It's almost like Ezra Levant is a fame-whoring phony who has nothing legitimate to say to the world.
Well, look who
Ezra.
Look at the whole Jack Posobiec thing. Now, there's a person that I truly dislike. This is a guy who was only there for a little bit. The last thing he did with them was the Shakespeare in the Park thing. So he was the guy there yelling at everyone that they were Goebbels, as if he understood what that even remotely means.
You mean that thing that Ezra set a legal defense fund up for before it even started?
Yeah. But not only that, and here's the thing, and I don't quite know why Posobiec was let go from the Rebel, but right around that same time, and this is similar to what happened with Faith Goldie, with her going on an alt-right podcast, or going on the Daily Stormer podcast while in Charlottesville last week. But Posobiec went on InfoWars and told Alex Jones that Alexander Macron's wife was basically feeding him MK Ultra in order to make him like a Manchurian candidate for whatever reason.
It's almost wait. it's almost like after the civil war between the Republican libertarians and the neoconservatives, that the conservative base is split into a series of factions which are warring against each other, so many of which go for batshit crazy ideologues, be they Alex Jones or Ezra Levant, and all of those people are trying to make sure that they maintain their market share so that they can... I'm sorry, we need to actually cut to commercial. We've got the YouTube Saints here. We have a brand new supplement for you.
All right,
it's called Format Plus. It gives you better muscle mass, greater brain function, and a bigger dick, even if you're a ladykin. So go ahead.
Yeah, let's do some super chats, catch up with them so we're caught up and it's and we're doing good with that. And then we're gonna do the cringe of the week. I actually have a surprise for you two as well. We're back to X Tiger. The only pill you need is Keck. Ain't that the truth? Carl Sedan, Jeff. Question Rebel Media again. Here is $7 towards your legal fees against Nick. For $10. Rhino, pinky out as a sign of tea drinking British Imperial sympathies. Long live the Queen. I think I think they're stealing your culture. It's appropriation. Brockus, almost forgot. Hashtag Hail Empress Quinn. Hashtag Hail High Lord Winter. Kingsley Abrakwa. Jeff, you have the most Christmassy laugh I've ever heard. I do have a very abrupt laugh. That's true. Gonzo Duke, hey Matt, was King of Pole right about the space Jews from outer space?
Fucking King of Pole. I haven't thought about him in a while.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, King of Pole wasn't right about much.
No. Not really. He was amazing.
He was an interesting guy. I feel kind of bad for him because he was being poised at that time to essentially lead Gamergate, to be the voice of Gamergate. I don't know if you remember that at all.
I do.
And this is what I asked Jim about this when he was on my stream last week, if he had set that up at all, and he was like, no, of course not. And I'm like, all right, but King of Pole was there. He was at the point where that was going to happen, and then he went out and was all like, the Holocaust numbers are kind of inflated. They're kind of inflated. It didn't happen the way like that. And then everyone's like, dude, you can't shut the fuck up. You can't talk about the Jews. You can't say that about the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone just turned on him in a heartbeat. It was Rome crumbling in a single day. It was almost magnificent to watch in and of itself, because after that he would make claims like I was threatening to kill him. That,
really?
Yeah. He legitimately.
I vaguely remember that. Actually.
Well, there was an audio recording of me saying I had people working against him. He had accused me of something. I was so pissed, and I was venting in a chat, and I didn't, I didn't mean it. I was just pissed. Somebody recorded it, took it out of context, and sent it off to him, and then it made this whole thing, because apparently there was another group of people that were actively trying to take him down, and then he assumed that I was part of that group. And then just was like, Mundane Matt's trying to plot to kill me. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, I just play video games and work at my theater.
Yeah,
the fuck is going on here?
I wouldn't know how to kill you if I tried.
You live in Florida, motherfucker. I'm in San Diego. What's going to happen here?
Yeah.
And then he was like trying to like fight me, like for charity. And then he was trying to fight Mike Cernovich for charity.
Oh, yeah, no. I remember, that was the great thing. It's like, we'll have a boxing match for charity, bro.
It didn't work well for Low Tax when he did that shit. That
but I mean, no, it was wonderful because it was always the same thing. It was clearly like, I don't want to be an internet tough guy. I want to fight this dude.
Yep.
I love that you brought up Low Tax and Jesus Christ, that whole thing.
Oh my God, Low Tax is still around. Low Tax is super pissed about Kekistan. Oh my God. Rich Kayanaka has lost his fucking mind over Kekistan. I tried for hours with him. Like last week, like, look, dude, this is what it's about. He's like, what supremacy? I'm like, whatever. I'm glad you got knocked out in that ring, dude. Whatever, fuck it. So,
oh man, no, I just told my dad about that. We were talking the other night about Antifa. He didn't get why I was so mad at Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all like, and we were watching MSNBC. I'm like, did you see that report about Kekistan? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, so you think it's a white nationalist thing? He's like, well, that's what they said. I'm all like, there might be a photo that pops up in the coming days of a bunch of people sending around a Kekistani flag, in public, like a crowd, and you're going to see your son right there behind a Kekistani flag, smiling like a fucking idiot, and you're going to be like, wait, my son's not a white nationalist because it's a load of goddamn horse shit.
Listen, and on that note, I don't want to encourage any of you who might be Wikipedia editors to go and find other flags to go and edit the Wikipedias on, because that would be unfair. But what's more unfair is the fact that they took down the references in the Vineland flag.
That's bullshit. That sucks.
I know.
So
it's erasing our history.
Something interesting. Right before we get back to these super chats, there was a guy. He's a patron of mine, and I made him one of the shitlord hats. He travels the country a lot. I got to meet him last night. I got to meet the guy that went to Wall Street in New York City, draped a Kyrgyzstan flag around the brave girl standing in front of the Wall Street Bull, and put his shitlord hat on her and took pictures. It was fucking choice, dude. It was so good.
Ooh. Oh yeah. By the way, send Jeff that picture again. If Jeff doesn't have it. Yeah, that will be hashtag powerful girl.
Something, yeah, we'll do something with it for sure. Braga says, "Hey Matt, still love the videos." So do I.
Thank you. Appreciate that, sir.
Wild Warlock says, "I reckon we all want to think as individuals. Surely we all agree on that. We all think the same in this chat." Old boy Aladdin, your friendly drunk Muslim here again. Please peddle your saintly supplements for my purchase on your show. Metal and booze be with you. Let me tell you, we got some great fucking pills coming out here in a minute.
Listen, I mean, I don't know how much, you know, how much actual iron your body can take, but we're gonna test that with our new iron supplements. It is 700 milligrams of iron in one pill. In fact, yeah, basically, imagine a gold bar. Now turn that into iron. Now put that in your colon.
We don't get it just from any old construction site and get all the metal shavings. No,
we don't melt metal shavings down in a backyard kiln here.
Only 100% cruelty-free, low-fat, gluten-free metal factories and construction sites are where we harvest the finest of metal shavings. Gonzo Duke says, "Rest in peace, Jerry Lewis. Ham strikes again. Hashtag Gamergate." Is there a thing where Vanilla Ham is now knocking off all celebrities? Because that would be pretty good.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Do you want Billy the Fridge to show up and defend him again?
Vanilla Ham is an amazing hamster that this amazing channel that we featured with the Billy the Fridge episode. He's a hamster, and their owner makes like these gourmet, tiny little treats for the hamster. And it's like a tasty, you know, recipe video, but it's just for tiny little treats for this hamster, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it wasn't even undersubbed, but it was undersubbed. It's like, all right, loads of people watch this. More need to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now, and that is goddamn adorable.
Isn't that
It's
freakish?
the kind of thing, like, as bad as your day can be, you go and watch Ham, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
I feel better.
Last but not least, Patchouli says, "Pre-ordering my bottle of Super Format Vitality." You damn right. We should do a T-shirt based on that. That'd be fucking great.
Fuck that. You know what? Honestly, we ought to just get roadkill snakes or something, drain their blood into a batch of water, and then sell that. And smash one in that chat there if you would buy YouTube Saint snake oil.
Oh yeah,
with our label on it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do the cringe of the week. But before we do, I just found this on Twitter, and this has to be a runner-up. Like, Nick hasn't even seen this. I just found it. This is a runner-up to the cringe of the week. We'll just touch on this real quick. This is the mugshot of the guy that was accused of vandalizing a Confederate monument. Dad?
Oh. He was bound to come back someday, Jeff.
Yeah. You said you were just going for cigarettes. What the fuck?
Did you finally get your smokes, Dad? Were they at the monument?
He looks so fucked up, dude.
That's fucking hysterical.
I'm bashing the fash guys.
Those eyebrows.
I know.
Those eyebrows would make Ted Kaczynski blush.
Oh no, you know what he looks like? And Matt, actually, both of you might be old enough to remember this. He looks like a Sierra Games villain.
He kind of looks like Dieter Lucum's father.
You don't know how tall he is. You don't know how many small men he's held and cradled. That's not fair, Matt.
That's too damn funny.
Let's move on. Come on.
All right. So the real cringe of the week. You're gonna have to set this one up there, Nick.
All right. Here's the thing. You know, it's not fair when stupid shit happens in abundance to decide one thing that is the worst. Now, we previously called this thing the 40 caliber cringe, the 45 caliber cringe, the 50 caliber cringe. No, tonight we're bringing you a double barrel cringe. You're not getting one cringe of the week, you're getting two, and it's from the same place. Good old Boston, Beantown, from the capital city of the Bay State, except it's not maybe the capital, well, it is capital city, but the fuck capital city of the goddamn Bay State. We got double barrel cringe coming at you. First up with this. Now, I told you I saw some dumb shit at this rally, this protest, yeah? Now, the anti-protest, the first real protest I came across, the first real message outside of a rainbow flag with a Star of David on it, was, it is a series about, like, I don't know, maybe 200 or 300 tankies. And for those unfamiliar, these are communists standing around a woman who's speaking to a loudspeaker, talking about how North Korea deserves the right to defend itself with nuclear weapons, and how the U.S. occupation of South Korea is why this fat bitch cannot have health care. You might as well just watch the shit, so go on, Jeff.
Communities and targeting them. From the foreign minister of the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea, and he said, how great would it be if the world were to say to the United States and the American government to not conduct any more military exercises in the Korean Peninsula, but there is not a single country that will stand up to the U.S. These big countries alone or together are...
What the fuck? What?
Now, let me give you a bit of context here. I don't want you to get this all like out of whack or something. I walked up on this after actually taking well a proper drink of a Sam Adams beer. This episode brought to you by Sam Adams. Sam Adams, you owe us money. But this being the case, yeah, so we came down to the rally. Vernaculus and his girlfriend, as well as Laurel, my friend, rolled up on the northwest, I believe it is, northwest corner of the square, or southwest corner, any which way. Yeah, and as I came up on them, I heard this woman on a loudspeaker, that woman there, speaking about how North Korea is being denied nuclear technology despite the fact that they have stated openly on the international community that they have every right to defend themselves. This person went on, and what you're seeing here is sort of a wrapping up of her points, but yeah, this tanky straight up said North Korea deserves nuclear weapons to defend itself, and the reason we don't have health care in our country is because we're occupying South Korea against their will.
Oh, boy.
Now, I put this out there because when I say cringe of the week, it's one thing to see something stupid on the internet, to see something stupid on the internet, right? And cringe at it. See Christy Winters tweeting anything. So on and so forth. But, this was amazing. I walked up along the street towards Beacon Hill, walking up a hill, coming along this wrought iron pointed fence. And then as I come up across it, I see this crowd of people surrounding one particular corner of the hilltop. And in it, this woman is saying everything I just told you. And she's saying it uncritically. She's not saying it ironically. And the people who are listening are cheering. And not just in that seldom few claps and woo, People's Republic. None of that shit. No.
Right.
I'm talking the crowd that you saw was cheering for this. Now, as I move down further into this, now we're looking at this still frame here. If you look off to the right, about maybe 50 people deep and maybe 150 yards or so, there was a path going down into the main part of the commons. As you went down that, at a certain part, you actually came across this demonstration, which was, I think, 5 or maybe 6 I'm guessing women from the tits, but I could be wrong. Dressed head to toe in black veils and gowns. Everything's flowing. And they've got these tall, pointy hats. Now, my friend Laurel said at a distance she thought it was a black KKK. Turns out she was wrong. These were witches who were protesting Trump.
Nice.
Some of you might have seen that image. You might have seen that picture.
I'm looking at it.
But that was there.
I did see that. But
Yeah,
they
you
had like
saw
big
that.
staffs, right?
Yeah. No, they had signs.
No. Sorry, that was the other people.
Oh yes, no. But this was the tens of thousands of people you saw. Now, most of them, as I said at the beginning, they were, kind of your run-of-the-mill progressive activists.
Witches against white supremacy.
Found him.
Ex-white supremacy. I found him. They're up on the screen now. Oh my god.
Oh yes.
Ah!
And they stayed on that corner for the whole thing. Didn't move. Didn't say a thing. Didn't do anything.
Those are very stylish hijabs.
Exactly. Allahu Akbar. Such a wonderful phrase. I want to hear Nathan Lane do a new version of the Lion King's Hakuna Matata to Allahu Akbar.
This is insane.
Get off your ass and start writing it then.
Yeah.
I've already started.
That's insane. That's absolutely nuts.
Hello.
So, what was the second one that we have here too?
Well, here's the thing. So, it doesn't take much more. I mean, here's the thing. You've seen all of this, and I legit saw protest signs that look like Tumblr posts. It was that gay is a state of mind, or don't be black or white, be a panda. There is no equality. No, what was it? There is no liberty until there is first equality. Yeah, I saw all of that. But here's the other fun thing. Now, I mentioned that I saw actual racists there. One of them was this guy. And let's just roll the tape, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
They're going to go extinct, so says the United States Census Bureau.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to crank this up with a filter because it's really quiet. So, I'll just have to be on point and turn that filter down once you guys start talking. Otherwise, it's gonna blow everybody's eardrums.
Wow.
Stop.
Why don't you people read?
Why do you feel the white race is under attack?
Why do I care?
I'm asking why you feel it is.
All right. Well, for the same reason that people cared that they were loading up trains in Germany a few years ago.
No one cared. No one cared. Filter's done?
Yeah.
No one cared when trains were being loaded up in Germany, for one thing. But yeah, here's the thing.
Wow.
I saw this guy. I saw him. And okay. So we saw that picture of the little rotunda with half a dozen people inside of it. Yeah. One of the guys who rolled up to go inside of there, and he decided to roll around the fence, but he came through some protester squads, was this guy. Now, on the front of his shirt, I believe it says "End White Genocide" or something like that.
Stop white genocide, yeah.
Stop white genocide. On the back of it, it says the 14 words, and it has the entire thing right there written on the back. This guy. Now, people ask, were there any Nazis there, right? Were there any Nazis? Now, we've already seen some protesters knocking people out and starting fights, but as we also know, protesters knock people out and start fights, even if they're not Nazis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What I did see was this douchebag walking into the gazebo, walking around the barriers, and walking that, quarter-mile stretch to the fucking gazebo. But he came in, he was razzing people, he was talking all kinds of shit, just like he is here. Then there was another guy, a bunch of gutter punks, probably Antifa, but no masks or anything, just these punk-ass looking kids sitting on top of a tractor. And then this guy, probably about maybe mid-40s or so, walks by and shouts, "White power," at these kids. There's 6 of them, 2 of them are Hispanic. 2 of them are Hispanic, 1 of them's black. And you know what? They just sat up there and looked at him the same way I did, which was The fuck? Really? Really?
What are you, a fucking idiot?
That's honest to God the best response.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Don't get bitchy. Just look at him and go, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
What the fuck is your shit? Shut the fuck up.
What's wrong with you?
What? You think the minorities are gonna take away your RV so you can go snowbird in fucking Yuma? Fuck off. Kiss my ass, you stupid, self-pretentious, persecuted little fucker. What the shit? Dude.
Now, that's the thing,
don't
though.
get mad at these people. Just fucking laugh at them.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, the majority of people I saw...
Dude.
I saw maybe 20 people at the rally itself. But all those tens of thousands, like, those thousands of fucking people, it was a sea of people in Boston Common. I've been there plenty of times. Never seen it like that. And yeah, I mean, it was funny. There was everything from like anti-Trump to veganism to like there was guys handing out Bibles.
Right.
It was a political festival. And there was no alt-right to be found.
Yep. Yeah, I think they might be wisening up.
It's almost like they're a tiny, tiny little faction that isn't actually worth giving a shit about outside of observing and deriding and mocking.
For the most part, that's pretty much exactly what it is.
I'm so confused, Jeffrey.
I know, I'm confused too. The whole world confuses me at this point. It's fucking ridiculous. Well, guys, let's start wrapping this up. Let's do our super chats, and then we'll start saying goodnight.
And then we'll also give our farewell.
Yes. So where were we at? I don't even know where the fuck we are. Oh yeah, okay. Boxy Francis, why did ISIL become ISIS? 'Cause Ezra sued for Levant. Ooh. Got him. Kesra. BF Cringe 9000. Big fucking Cringe 9000. I don't think we're quite there yet, but that was pretty cringy. That was pretty bad. Rhino,
there's plenty of a year left.
Oh yeah. Oh, the year is young. At the end, you know what we should do for our end of the year show? We should do the cringe of the year. We really should. We could even do a whole show just on the cringe
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, on a Wednesday or something. Because I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's gonna go on for New Year's. I think I want to go to Vegas.
All right, we'll figure that out. But I mean, audience, do not be remotely, salivating at the prospect of how awesome that could be.
Hey, you guys should come with me to Vegas. Let's go to Vegas for New Year's. Oh wait! You're gonna have a brand new kid. Yeah. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, but if we can find a way to like make it about work, then I might be able to swing it.
Well, when I go to the Bunny Ranch, I'll make one of them. I'll make one of them call me Mundane Matt. Okay.
That's cool. I'll take that.
All right.
You look better than I do. So
and I'll make a different one think of me while she's getting fucked by some other dude, and I'll credit that to you.
Okay. All right. So Rhino.
Okay, never mind. Move on. Just move on.
Rhino says, "I have healthcare because of Supreme Leader. Everybody does have universal healthcare in North Korea. It's called none." Thexor the Bearded, why would witches bother protesting? Cast magic, bitches, or sit down.
Oh, they did sit down a bunch. They spent a bunch of time with their signs sitting down.
I bet they were fucking hot in their burkas. What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ. Gonzo Duke, thoughts on the tearing down of Confederate statues? If you eliminate your past, can you really understand your own history? Look, this is easy. This is super easy. I don't know why politicians are such fucking idiots. This is the stupidest fucking thing. Here's what you do. If everybody's bitching about these Confederate statues, you say, hey, we understand that those statues are very controversial, but we also can't erase our history, so instead, we're going to move these into a museum. That way, we can educate people on where our history is, where it came from. We can show the statue, the history of the statue, and you can understand the statue, and it doesn't necessarily have to have some place of reverence, but it has a place of importance because it is still important. That's not fucking hard. None of that is hard. But if you go up there and you're like, well, we're going to take down these statues, well, all you got to do is just piss people off. It's really not that hard to, like, find a way to make people at least remotely kind of happy. I just don't fucking get it. I don't understand why they don't get it.
My thinking...
Because they're not trying to. They want them to be mad. If these people are mad, then those who want the statues to come down are even further justified in it wanting to come down because they can just scream, well, they're upset because of racism. and so we have to take it down. This is all the more reason.
So you're saying that basically politicians are playing us, playing our emotions?
They always play our emotions.
Well,
look at Paul Ryan. Hey, you get up there. Like, oh, yeah. Oh no! Like what politician was it? We've heard from a victim of Obamacare.
Oh,
you know,
God, who was
and
that?
like they play those words in order to get that base fearful. You know, that's what they do. I mean, Democrats do the same fucking thing.
Oh, of course they do.
Know?
Yeah.
But it's just that's how they do it. That's the same thing. That's like, you know, look at these blogs. Like The Root today said that look at all the people that showed up to protest Boston's Nazi rally. It's like
Boston's Nazi rally.
What are you fucking saying? Like, and then in the comments, someone's like, "Yeah, Boston's pretty racist," and then the girl's like, "Yeah, they've always been horribly racist."
No, I'll say this much. 99.8% of the crowd there was white.
That's obviously racism. They need more diversity in their protesting.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, Boston
clearly, those crisis actors are taking jobs away from willful immigrants who can't go out and work the fields because they've already been denied.
How many Somalis could look like angry people from Dorchester? How many?
I don't know. I don't know.
Aside from all of the ones who were there.
So, game misconduct. El Jefe, keep doing what you do. Moon Jews. We will all be doing what we do because we do it well. It's number 13. I am Sofa King. We taught Ed. I know. No, that's a very old joke, my friend.
Nope. Listen, man, you're a genius for thinking of that one.
I love Snubber.
You gave us money. That, you know what? You know who invented that joke?
You did.
You did.
You did. You did. You did. Round of applause. I do love that guy. He's in our chats all the time. Generic Avatar. We need another Gamergate Grand Coalition again. Maybe we do. And last but not least, Gonzo Duke, El Cid did nothing wrong. Hashtag España. So yeah, there we go. All caught up on super chats. This is the end of the super chats for the night.
Kind of the end of the kind of the end of the show at this point. I think, you know what, right now it's worth doing. We wouldn't be doing what we were doing if this guy hadn't happened. Jerry Lewis died today. Well, yesterday actually. But yeah, pioneer comedy, slapstick, hero of the disadvantaged, and motherfucker partied with Frank Sinatra. Hats off in a moment of silence. Appreciate this, if we don't get sued for airing it, this fantastic bit.
You didn't send me the link.
Old time bit. What the fuck?
You didn't send me the link. You didn't send me the link.
Well, you know what, Jeff? You know what? You find it.
You done fucked up, Nick.
I find it? I can't find it. I'm controlling the show. It's not the file that you sent me. Oh, no, it is. Oh, shit. No, that's my fault. Yeah. No, it was at the very bottom. Oh, you want me to fucking scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay. That's fine, Nick. Oh, my God. I'm the worst. That's my fault. I broke the format,
I was fixing it just now.
Hashtag ban Jeff. Hashtag ban Jeff.
Yeah, tune in next week for YouTube Saints featuring myself and
Mundane Matt.
Well, I was gonna say vernaculous. Jeff, roll the tape.
What the fuck?
Am I back next week? No one's told me this. So fuck.
Are you kicking cans all over the? No, we're gonna focus on this.
Roll the goddamn tape, Jeff.
You're kicking cans around like we're back in the fucking hotel room again. You know how trash you left that goddamn hotel room?
Those were all bottles, Jeff. I won't have you spreading lies about me.
Fine. I can see the point. They were bottles, but they were everywhere. He fell asleep holding them.
Yes.
And I would ask him, "Do you want me to take that bottle for you?" "No, I'm fine. I'm fine."
It gives me comfort.
Was I never not fine?
No. To give you credit.
Stop.
To give you credit.
Roll the tape.
You never spilled beer, as far as I know.
Oh my God, Matt! It's like I know what I'm doing.
Brockus says, "I'm so down for a shitlord Vegas thing. I believe I saw some hookups in Vegas. Poison the well. YouTube States. The rest. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Sounds great, buddy. Everybody." We're going to end with some Jerry Lewis. Thank you very much. We have been the YouTube Saints. We are the oncologists for the cancer of the internet. We love you very much. We hope you have a fantastic night. Enjoy some Jerry Lewis with us.
What boy? Stanley, take over for a few minutes, will you? I'll be right back.
He's trumping. He's trumping.
This is me on my birthday. Why I don't get jobs anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us. We'll see you next week. As always, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are the YouTube Saints. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Good night. Good night, Jerry.
Good night, Jerry. R.I.P. in peace.